Happy Monday morning, class. This is Sister Higgins. Welcome to week 11. This week we'll be talking about focusing on interests, not on people, as we continue on in the negotiation portion of this course. Now, I know we are just down to the home stretch and you just have a few weeks left. And I have been so impressed with your quality of work and how hard all of you are trying. And I am so grateful that we were all able to survive the midterm together. So this week, I just encourage you again to look at the outcomes and competencies. This is really helpful to be able to look over important concepts that we want you to be learning, and also to see the concepts that very likely could be on the final. So just make sure that you're looking at the outcomes and the competencies as well as the activities for the week. So we're going to be talking about brainstorming this week. And I think that the great thing about brainstorming is this also works in discussions that we have with part of Come Follow Me. So now that we have where the learning is in the home, but it's being supported by the church. As I go through these elements of brainstorming, I just want you to think about how it applies to our Come Follow Me. So the before is defining the purpose, and this applies in negotiation as well. Why are we all coming together? And then you're choosing your participants who will participate, and then change or create the environment. So in brainstorming, it could be with just when you're teaching or you're having a discussion, you're going to create an environment where everyone feels comfortable. So it could be that you're all going to be sitting around in the family room doing Come Follow Me, or in a negotiation, when you're trying to create the environment, you're going to want to have it in a neutral location, not in anywhere where it would be hostile for one party or the other. And then during the brainstorming session, participants should be sitting side by side. If you are across from someone, it could seem that it was adversarial. So have people side by side. You could have people from two different sides in a negotiation mixed so that different people are sitting next to each other. And this can be really beneficial. And then clarifying the rules. So whether this is with a family in Come Follow Me, where no one can talk without being called on, there can be no running around or getting up from their seats. With clarifying the rules in a negotiation, it could be kind of similar. No one can talk over the other. They have to be respectful in how they speak. And no one should be like looking at their cell phones or being distracted as everyone is trying to focus on the negotiation or the brainstorming. And then comes the actual brainstorming or the sharing of the ideas, which also can be part of the discussion. So then after the brainstorming, you're going to look at all of the ideas that came out of that and then invent options or improvements. What can you take away from all of the ideas that were shared and come up with a plan moving forward? And then evaluate that plan. What are the pros and what are the cons? And so hopefully as you look at this helps to see how you can use this in a negotiation, but also how you can use this in your everyday life. And with negotiation, we use this in the human resources field quite a bit with employee relations, with when there's a complaint, as we're trying to negotiate, whether it's between departments or between an employee and their supervisor. So we're going to be talking about how do we protect ourselves during a negotiation. And I encourage you to listen to Brother Bean's podcast as he talks about his experience, he and his wife purchasing a car here in Salt Lake as they live in Idaho, and how to create that win-win situation, and also how to protect yourselves when making a negotiation, that you shouldn't sacrifice and the other side shouldn't have to sacrifice. So how can you meet in the middle? So you're also going to be learning about BATNA, the best alternative to a negotiative agreement. And I would hint, encourage you to be familiar with this for the final. And then there's also WAPNA, the worst alternative to a negotiative agreement. So be thinking about when you're in a negotiation and how the BATNA fits in with a negotiation. And you'll be reading about this as well this week. Okay, so I just want to go over the due dates for this week. So on Wednesday, you'll have the initial post for the brothers case, and that will just need to be posted so that your classmates can respond back and forth. And then your guiding questions, it's labeled as a capture, but it's guiding questions again this week for chapters 5 through 8 in Getting to Yes will be due on Wednesday. And then on Saturday will be the brothers case study, the responses on the discussion board, and then the case conclusion. So I really, as we're getting close to the end of the semester, I just want to make sure that if any of you have questions, please feel free to contact me. If we need to have a short conference call or a Zoom conference, I am happy to do that so we can kind of talk about your grade and what the last few weeks are going to look like. So please feel free to contact me, email, text me, or feel free to call me as well. So please just remember, I am always praying for the students in my class, and if there's ways that I can help you succeed, please help me to know. Thanks, and good luck this week.